So we're going to find 2% of 600 metres. So here's my bar with 10 boxes. So all these 10 boxes represent 100%. Each of the boxes is actually 10%. And that 100% this time is 600 metres. So 100% is 600 metres. We always try and find 10% first, it's a nice one to find. So I'm going to divide that 600 into these 10 boxes. So 600 divided by 10 is going to be 60. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 10% here and I'm just going to I'm going to enlarge it using a bar underneath. So just to make this clear, this box here I've just enlarged underneath. So now all of this actually represents my 10%, which was 60. And each of these is actually 1%. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in total. Okay, so the whole thing's 60. And now I'm going to find what 1 is by, again, doing 60 divided into these 10 boxes. And that's going to end up with 60 divided by 10. So 1% is 6. Now the question isn't asking for 1%, it's asking for 2%. So I need 2 of these boxes. So all of this here is my 2%, which is 6 add 6, 12. So my answer is 12 metres. Let's just finish the proportion way off. So to get from 1% to 2%, I needed to times the boxes by 2. And I get the same answer of 12. Okay, for this question I want to find 2.5% of 60. So I start off with my bar of 10 boxes, and all of these 10 boxes represent my original 100%, which is 60. Now I want to find what goes into each box, so I'm going to have to do 60 divided into these 10 boxes equally, so divide by 10. So 10% is 6. So one of these boxes is 10% and it's 6. Okay, so we want to find 2.5%, not 10%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a bar directly underneath one of these 10% boxes. So I know that all of this is 10% and it was 6. Now I don't want 10%, let's find 5% first. Now 5% is going to be half of that box. So let's split that box in two. So it was 6. 6 divided by 2, so I need to put that 6 into here. Divided by 2 is going to be 3 in each box. So now that we've got 5% is 3. So to get from 10% to 5%, I divided by 2, and I've got that that's 3. Now again, I don't want 5%, so I'm going to draw yet another bar underneath. Now my bars are getting a bit small, that doesn't matter. So now that this bar represents that 5%. But I only want 2.5%, which is actually a half of 5%. So if I split this bar in half, I'm going to get my 2.5%. So this bar, this 5% was 3. So now if I split that in half, if I split 3 into both of these boxes, I'm going to end up with 1.5 in each one. So again, to get from 5% to 2.5%, I had to divide by 2, and I ended up with 1.5. So my answer is 1.5 centimetres.